Hello and greetings again. I'm Sifu Matt Lovio, and I'm excited again here to present you to the 6th video of my Chin-Na series. I'll be presenting to you, ironically enough, the second technique of CA or the late great Grandmaster David German's brand of Chin-Na. Again, to reiterate from the first video, if you heard me mention before, these techniques work as a linking chain. The end of technique number 1 is the beginning of technique number 2. The ending of technique number 2 is the beginning of technique number 3, and so on and so forth. They blend, they merge, they flow. You will hear me say this time and time again to let you know the importance of these techniques. Now, mind you, although Chin-Na techniques can, again, they can be merged together as a combination, that's not its intent. If you do it right the first time, the right time, they should work on their own. I'll be presenting to you now the the second technique of David German's 21 fundamentals of his brand of Chin-Na. But I'm going to start off each technique prefacing it with the previous technique so you can get an idea of what it looks like. This is the first one. Farmer removes the oxen's yoke. Now, I'm going to do little child bows to Buddha. Okay, now, I'm going to present it to you again. I know I'm almost off to you on the side of the camera. Let me show you frontal view. Watch what I do. Now, did you see what I did? As I was twisting down, I was twisting to my right leg to the back of my left leg. And again, if you notice, I wasn't bending. I was lowering my legs and my back. My back is still straight. It's not bending. Back is straight. My legs lower for me. My legs lower, like a crane, if you will. Hand comes down, and if you notice my hand, my right wrist does this downward type of tang movement, if you will. Almost looks like an axe, if you will. Some say it looks like a little teapot, like I'm a little teapot, short and stout. It looks like that motion, but there's a reason for that. We do this. Again, watch. My hand's like this. I just like to note. I have seen throughout the internet, especially on YouTube, of my fellow Chin-Na practitioners performing this technique and so forth. Some of David German's top students, such as Sifu Derek Crowley, shout out to you, sir, and many of my fellow Chin-Na practitioners who utilize this technique. You will see them. I have seen them from time to time. They will do something like this, where they will go like this, but they'll do something like this with their hands. With the right hand will go like this. They'll point downward. I've seen other ones go where they'll do this, where the fingers are loose, and they'll do this. They'll go like this, like their fingers like this, dangling like that. You know what? To each their own. It is not for me to try to chastise and try to correct someone. Oh, I know this more than, or I know more than you ever will. No, I refuse to say that. I will not ever say that. The martial arts, if you think about it for all intents and purposes, is a lifelong endeavor and process. You learn. Every day you wake up and you get out of bed and move on and so forth. And so because of this, to each their own. You decide which one works for you. You decide which motion works for you. Not what works for me, what works for you. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Again, farmer removes the oxen's yoke, and then little child bows to Buddha. They blend, they merge, they flow. Okay, now, I won't be chatting away. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Find out the meat of the art of what this is all about. Ready? Okay, ready? All right. Now, Freddie's going to be I'm going to be demonstrating and showing you the technique of how it works. But first, we're going to show the random applications for it. Ready? You grab my wrist, because I'm one hand. Now, watch what I do. My left hand is going to come under, not over, under. And from this, I'm going to twist upwards like this. And watch what I do. I take my right hand, and remember this motion that looks like a teapot spout? Or like an axe, if you will? Watch this. I'm going to come around, and I'm going to aim for the bending part, the crux of Freddie's elbow. And I'm going to do this, and watch. Whoa, sorry about that, Freddie.
It's all good. Yeah, yep.
Okay, you got that, you right?
Yep.
All right. I just saw Freddie went down because of the bending motion of the arm. You notice the bending motion. That's how I did it. You got a close-up of that? Yeah? All right. Now, we're going to do the other arm. Okay, Freddie can catch me with the other arm. Okay, Freddie, you got a good grip on me now?
Yep.
Again, I'm going to underwards with my right hand, underwards. I'm going to take this left hand. Instead of going under, I'm going to go over. I'm going to twist. And watch what I do with this hand. The rest is just gravy, baby. The rest is easy. Watch what I do with the left hand. Over his elbow. Watch what I do with the hook. And Freddie goes down. Okay? Once more. We'll do that once more. Grab your right hand, if you will. The things can be done easily. Freddie, if he wants to, he can grab me, go here, Freddie, grab me by the lapel like that, shake me around like that and so forth. If I was trying to do that, and I can still get a good grip of him. He can do worse. What if he grabs me by the neck? Then I definitely better do this and come around like that and so forth. It does not matter. We're going to make it easy, make life easier. We're going to demonstrate with the wrist. The wrist can be also for the elbow, could be for the lapel, could be for the neck, whatever. I'm going to go under. I'm going to grab on top, twist. Take that hand like the hand like you would like a T-spout, and he goes down. Now, the last one. This is one of my favorite one, that if you will. Which, by the way, for those of you martial art buffs out there, especially practice classical Japanese jiu-jitsu like I do as well as also my brother and my other good friends, from Japanese jiu-jitsu, especially from the Nihon system of jiu-jitsu that I study and train in. This technique in Japanese martial arts is called kote gaishi. Kote gaishi, or outward wrist throw. And in this case, we call it little child bows to Buddha. Okay, but here Freddie's going to grab, in this case with like his right arm, a dominant hand. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again, raise up and peel away, because the weakest part of the grip is the thumb. So I'm going to do like that to grab up like this. I'm going to grab on top instead of below. On top there where his wrist is, if you can see his wrist, grab on top there. And then here, notice my thumb is already on the back of his palm. My thumb is there. So here, what I'm going to do is with this hand, amazing, you figure I'm going to do the same thing with a thumb like that. True, I could though, but watch this. Where I grip like that, but I take my knife edge, like we did in the previous video of farmer removes the oxen's yoke, my knife edge, because remember, there's a reason why we're doing this motion with the hand like that. It looks like a little T-spout. There's a reason why. Even here, watch. This hand here with the knife edge, and Freddie goes down. Once more. Get a good grip. Again, going to the back under, like this. If you hear me like this, grab like this, grab under, and then I can switch around like this too, if you will. Instead of going on top, I can go under, and then notice the thumb comes around like that with a twist like that. And again, thumb here, and using the knife edge. I'm going to use the knife edge like that. Not completely, but just enough where I can use a little bit of the fingers coming in like that, and the knife edge like that, and he's going down. And he's going down. Okay. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right, now to wrap it up, I'm going to do it one last time to give you an inkling idea of the technique. Again, I'm going to show you from a different angle. I'm going to go this way to give you a different angle. Farmer removes the oxen's yoke, and then here from the rear, watch this. And one more angle. I'm going to do one more angle. One more angle. So you can see exactly how the motion is done and how it's performed. Okay, am I okay? All right. I guess that's about it. I can see from the cutoff sign, that's about it pretty much for this video, so you can see like from the other ones. And again, for future videos, I'll try to go through other detail, better detail, if you will. Other than that, that's about it. Again, always train smarter, not harder. It's not being lazy. Train smarter, not harder. It's not just a cliche. It's a way of life. Until then, take care of yourself and all to those you know and love.